Are you ready to get your shit together? Isn't that what we are all truly trying to do? In this fun, life hackful show, we will learn together how to navigate this roller coaster called life. We, as glorious messy humans, can sit in the proverbial third car, grumpy and bored, or in the front of the roller coaster having the time of our lives. What do you choose? In this show, you can expect meaningful content and practical takeaway tools to make life easier and exceptionally more joyful. There will be epic guests who already love their lives, allowing them to share their get your shit together tips and words of wisdom. Life is too long and too short to not love your life. Welcome to Get Your Shit Together Live with Amy Joy. Hello and welcome to Get Your Shit Together Live with Amy Joy, and I'm your host, Amy Joy. Happy Thursday and congratulations on your abundance. I want you to take a look right now. Just look around and notice how abundant you are. So abundant. We have roofs over our heads. We have chairs under our butts. We've got food in our bellies, most of us. How amazing. How abundant. There's a very strong program out there that makes us feel like we're lacking. And it's simply not true. We have so much. We have so much to be grateful for. So congratulations on your abundance. I am feeling super abundant right now because, as many of you know, my best friend 5 years ago was stabbed 9 times. And in the back of the ambulance, we talked about what she was going to do when she lived, when she got through this situation. And with so much fear in that situation, I remembered that life is happening for us and everything is here to help us. And then I remember that she knows that too, even though she'd been stabbed 9 times. And so we redirected our conversation and we talked about going to New York City and seeing the lights at Christmas. And she died twice on the table. They took her kidneys and her spleen, but she lived. She left the hospital a week later when they thought it was going to be 2 months later. She's a living, walking miracle of light and love. And this week, we get to go to New York finally and make that dream happen. A dream that happened and was created in the back of an ambulance. And so I just feel so abundant that we're able to do that together. We're going to make some memories. So if you know any tips and tricks that we can do in New York City this coming weekend, let me know. Well, in a week, in 10 days. So feeling so abundant for that. All right. We have a beautiful show today. We have Angilie, wanted to say that right, Angilie Kapoor with us. She is a leader of leaders. She coaches leaders. She's got over 20 years experience. We're going to learn about how to recognize your inner phenomenal leader. And it's going to be amazing. Stay tuned to the end for the weekly triumph. And of course, the meditation moment. It's always a lack a life hack full show. Got my tongue tied today. All right. It is now time to change your state, elevate. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to run in place. This is my favorite one. I know you're going to think I'm silly, especially if you're just jumping on right now. But we take 2 minutes to change our state from wherever we're at to higher so that we have more joy in our lives. And this does it. So we're going to run in place, left foot first. And we're just going to go like this. Run hard. Grab the kids, grab the grandkids, grab everybody, and do it. Don't worry about what anybody thinks, because it works. And remember to breathe while you're doing it. Always got to breathe deep into your belly. All right, stop and then switch feet. Switch feet. Other side. We want to make sure everything's balanced. And we're going to go for it. Go, go, go. Go like you want to win. No slackers. Keep going. Remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. Keep going. All right, we'll do it a little short. You could do it for about a minute each side. And that will make you feel different. Little things that we can do to change your state. Change your state, change your life. All right. Oh, I'm very excited to introduce my retreat, my Get Your Shit Together retreat. And I figured January was a good month for that because aren't we all setting resolutions and figuring out what we want? So it's January 11th to the 16th here in beautiful Los Cabos. And I would love for you all to be there. Now, only 15 can come. It's a small space. It's at Upaya Retreat Center. It's a beautiful glamping spot in view of the ocean. The sun shines every day here in Cabo. We have maybe 5 crappy days a year here. And so I would love, if you're in the north, come on down, get out of there, get some warmth. And I have a short video to show you so you can get teased a little.
I've never been to Cabo before, but I fell in love, especially with this place that has so much magic and good vibrations. What Amy has created here is nothing short of magic. It's just so beautiful. From the beautiful tents, sleeping in them at night, it's just so peaceful.
So many fun facilities to do within 15-20 minutes from here. We've been scuba diving, snorkeling, bungee jumping, zip lining, riding ATVs, all within just a few minutes of this location. It's been so fun. The vibration is so great here, such good energy. I would highly recommend coming if you want to go somewhere just amazing here in Cabo.
I think if I were to just sum it up really quickly, I would just call it magical. It's truly just such a beautiful place. The energy is so welcoming and you just can't be sad here. It's truly, truly magical. So thank you for this experience.
Yes, thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Love it. I want to come back soon.
Thank
you.
I cannot wait to be back, and I hope you allow yourself to have this beautiful experience as well.
All right, it's going to be so fun. All right, we are going to learn how to change our state even more. We are going to annihilate limiting beliefs. We're going to first find them, realize which ones are hurting us, and annihilate them. We are going to get very clear on what we want and desire and who we want to be and the experiences we want to have for 2024. And we're going to manifest those dreams. We're going to learn all about manifestation and so much fun. And we're going to have snorkel and I can't tell you all the goodies. So if you're feeling called at all, let me know. You can email me at amy@amyjoycoaching.com, amy@amyjoycoaching.com, or you can go to Upaya Retreat Center and you'll see there the Get Your Shit Together retreat, and you can apply to attend. So I would love to meet you, get to know you, and excited to learn and grow together. Amazing. All right. So it is now time for us to get our shit together. I'm very excited to have Angilie Kapoor with us today. She is a highly acclaimed leader with over 20 years of experience in healthcare, is dedicated to helping struggling first-time managers who want to be productive, confident, and effective team leaders maintain a healthy balance between their personal and professional lives. Through her extensive background in management and leadership, she offers invaluable knowledge and insights gained from her own journey. She is also an author. Woo woo! Her latest masterpiece, Leader Mindset Activation. It's a must-read for aspiring managers who want to steer their careers in the right direction. Angilie is the founder of Oversight Global, an organization dedicated to addressing the consciousness crisis in the world, one leader at a time. Hallelujah for that. Put your hands together for the amazing Angilie Kapoor. Woo!
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. So amazing to be here.
Yay, yay, yay. So tell us, we're here to talk about how to recognize our inner phenomenal leader. But before we do that, what I'd love to do is just give you 1 minute to just connect with the audience. All right. And tell them a little bit more other than what was in the bio so that they can get to know you a little bit. And then we'll start our interview. So I'm going to duck out. Go ahead, sweetie.
Sounds good. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. So as Amy pointed out, my name is Angilie Kapoor, and I really went on this amazing self-discovery journey when I became a first-time manager, and it was completely unintentional. I figured out that there is so much more in terms of approach and perspective and mindset and things like that when you go from being a sole contributor to really becoming responsible for other people. And I've, and since in my coaching, I've learned that it's not just, even though I work with workplace managers and leaders, it's not just for the workplace. It's actually in life in general. We have this opportunity to be incredible leaders to first ourselves and then leaders of our own lives. And so that is what I strive to do in terms of addressing the consciousness crisis in the world and helping people to realize and recognize and embody their inner phenomenal leaders and to, really recognize their fullest potential and their purpose as for why they're here and the unique way that they contribute to the world and how to do that. So I am super happy to be here to share some nuggets and to share with Amy what we can help you do in becoming your inner phenomenal leader.
Woohoo! All right. So how do you do that? How do you find your inner phenomenal leader?
Well, the first thing I know when I first, like for several decades of my life, like for most of us, we're like on autopilot, like we don't really know that there's any other way to be. And so when I kind of had this light bulb moment kind of go off and say, I don't have to have a life where I'm miserable or I really don't feel like my life is being purposeful and fulfilled and really having a high quality of life, but that I was being subject to circumstances and things that were happening in my life instead of being intentional and having control of my life. When I recognized that was super powerful for me. And, that's, I think, the first step in really becoming an inner phenomenal leader or unleashing your inner phenomenal leader is creating that awareness. Yes. That you don't have to be on autopilot or in a robot mode. Your life isn't actually meant to be that way. In fact, that's what I believe. And so that's, the first step is recognizing that and having that awareness.
Yay. Oh, that's what we do here at Get Your Shit Together. It might as well be called School and Awareness School.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
It's waking up. It's getting out of the zombie, right?
Exactly.
Getting out of the program and realizing we even have them. I remember a time where I didn't know I had programs running.
Exactly.
I was just on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's many programs, right?
Exactly.
So first is awareness, and then what?
Yeah. So awareness and really being conscious of, first of all, awareness is a lot deeper than, kind of waking up, like you mentioned, but it's waking up to yourself. Most importantly, it's getting to know you. I know when I first started to go on my self-discovery journey, I recognized that I didn't know who I was. I had become a person that people had molded and that people were expecting me to be, but I had no clue of who Angilie was. And so that's really, important, is to really to get to know yourself, but most importantly, get to love yourself. And life is so much more fun and so much easier if you have a love component of loving yourself. And so, creating that awareness and then being conscious of what's going on around you. We so many times, because of the programs that we are subject to, we have this very narrow mindset, these rose colored glasses, if you will, of perspectives that people want us to have rather than having our own perspectives. So being conscious of not just ourselves, but of what's going on around us. And, when that happens, you'll start to realize that we are all connected in more ways than we even recognize or would even think that we would be able to be connected in. And then you want to make this transformation into shifting into a life where you are in control of your life and you absolutely love living your life. You don't have those days where you dread getting up Monday morning because it's going to be a week of repeated hamster wheel type days. And, you are empowering yourself to create a day where you are successful, where you are positive, and where you are, really experiencing your day and growing and developing on a minute by minute basis. And so that's really where, becoming your inner phenomenal leader comes from, is going through those phases of awareness, consciousness, and transformation.
Yay. I'm so glad you're on this planet doing this. It's so important. It's so important for us to realize what's going on. I love, I think one of the best examples of not knowing yourself is the runaway bride syndrome, where she liked her eggs. With this boyfriend, she liked them over easy, and with the other boyfriend, she liked them scrambled, and she didn't know how she actually liked her eggs. And I know
Exactly.
that's a silly example, but it kind of makes you see, like, oh, wow, is this even my choice? Am I even choosing right now, or am I just on the program?
Mm-hmm.
And we have so many choices. We have so many more
Yes.
choices than we were raised to believe. Right?
Yeah. I love that you mentioned that, because for the longest time, I've always heard, you have a choice. You have the ability, the capability of making choices. But for the longest time, I didn't actually realize or recognize what that actually meant. It really, I started to recognize that when I started to go on my self-discovery journey. And like you said, recognizing that you have choices. Like, we have the choice to let somebody's words harm us or not. We have the choice of being happy because that's the state of mind, or being happy because it's conditional on something else, like the amount of money we have or the amount of material things that we have. We have the choice of, being intentional with our day and setting ourselves up for success in our day, or letting our day kind of happen to us and be circumstance, be subject to what happens to us during the day and, through our week and months and years. And we have the choice to, especially with New Year's coming up, is either having a rinse or repeat of last year, or really being intentional of, creating a year of success and abundance and prosperity and wealth that you want to have according to what that is defined for you.
Yes. And how you want to feel about your life, right? Because our emotions dictate how we feel about our moment, our day, our week, our year, our life.
Ourselves.
And we're not taught that we get to choose our emotions.
Exactly. Yeah, we get to choose everything.
We do. It's amazing. It's so fun. I love my life because I know this.
Yes, exactly. And that's really where you find freedom, is when you recognize that.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. So I'm just meeting Angilie. Like, this is our first interaction, and it's so fun how the universe brings me these beautiful guests. And we're in such alignment. And I had no idea how much in alignment we were. And it's just so fun to discover. So I wrote a book called Get Your Shit Together, How to Go from Fear to Freedom. And it's all about how to rewrite programs. And so this is literally what I'm doing in the world as well. So yay, so cool. So tell me, what is the difference between a great leader? I don't like the word good, a great leader, and a not so not as beneficial or not as impactful?
Yeah, so I think that there are a lot of components that go into being a great leader versus being like a mediocre one.
There it is.
We'll just use that word.
Thank you. I was struggling.
No worries. So yeah, there's a lot of components, but I think that again, one of the first ones is having that self-awareness and that consciousness, because there are a lot of leaders out there that we see that are really about themselves. They're self-absorbed, they're self-obsessed, and they're really about advancing their own agendas in terms of being in the positions that they're in as leaders. But a great leader, a true leader, is somebody who is really has a servant mentality. They recognize that they have been called as a leader to really help others to become leaders and not followers, and helping them to recognize that they have the abilities to be leaders of themselves in their own lives and out there in the world if they choose to, if they're called to do that, and really being really being comfortable with being uncomfortable, because being a leader requires continuous growth. Like I said, really progressing and developing minute by minute. One of the attributes of a great leader is somebody who wakes up and says, okay, I'm going to be different than I am now when I go to sleep tonight. So having that continuous student mentality, and also, knowing that there's a servant to the world, so that, again, they're serving others, but it's not just in their immediate vicinity. Recognizing that there is a ripple effect of how they impact others, and recognizing the impact that they have on others, the responsibility that they have, that the things that they do, the example that they set, the things that they say, all impacts others in either a positive or a negative way. That's actually one of my biggest pet peeves about workplaces right now, is that managers and leaders in the workplace don't recognize that they are creating the atmospheres, the workplace environments that their employees are in. And it's not just at work. Their employees takes what happens in those environments home. And then that spreads into their neighborhoods, their cities, their states, their countries. And so it's this huge ripple effect that if you don't have somebody who's a great leader in a position of authority, that's when you get all of these messed up issues. Like, we have a huge mental health crisis going around the world. And for me, I personally believe that workplace environments is one of the reasons why we have that issue, is because we don't have people with the proper abilities and proper understanding in those places who are creating those containers of positivity and health, and recognize that the impact they have on others is, important and crucial, and how really the globe is experiencing the human experience. And that's another thing about a great leader, is they understand that leadership is about the human experience, and it's also a journey, not a destination.
Absolutely. And we're all leaders. It doesn't matter whether you're a boss or not. We're a leader.
Exactly.
Our energy, we're responsible for our energy, right? And we're literally, I say the word puking our energy all over everybody. And what kind of energy is it? Is it light, and is it bright, and is it loving, and is it kind, or is it not, right? And that, it's so impactful. We have no idea how impactful we are, I think.
Oh yeah. I definitely agree. Then that goes back to having that awareness, doing what we both do, helping people to become self-aware, so that they recognize that again, we have this energy, and that everything that we say and do and behave and how we react instead of being proactive, that all impacts others. And again, that just has this huge ripple effect that goes out globally. And again, it's crazy to think about just how connected we all are, every single person all around the world.
Exactly. I don't know if you've read Power versus Force, Dr. David Hawkins.
I haven't, no.
It's so good. I think you'd love it. But in there, he says, one person at the frequency of non-judgment, at the energy of non-judgment, offsets 90,000 people at the energy of judgment.
Wow, that's amazing.
And he goes on, the higher your frequency, the higher your
Mhm.
vibration, the more you offset, but that's the number I can remember.
Yeah, that's amazing.
90,000 just by not being judgmental, being
Yeah,
gracious, by having understanding,
just being kind.
kind, kind.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
yes. It's so funny. I'm watching Ted Lasso right now. Have you ever watched that?
I haven't, no.
Oh my God, it's so good. He's just the happiest dude, and he's so kind.
Mhm.
And it's making me gloriously happy to watch. It's like,
Mhm.
yes, we need more people like this in the world, more TV shows like this in the world. It's about kindness and being gracious and loving to people and letting them be glorious, messy humans. Anyways,
Yeah,
I digress.
exactly.
It's such a good show. So tell me more about what you do to help people every day.
Yeah, so I as you mentioned in my intro, I primarily work with workplace managers and leaders so that because I went through that experience in healthcare, I got promoted to a management position, and it was very eye-opening and life-changing for me to go through that experience because there is a huge lack of leadership development and training in the corporate environment. They
Yeah.
don't prepare their managers well enough. They don't develop them. They don't train them. But most importantly, they also, in my opinion, don't choose the right people to be put in those positions. They
Yeah.
promote people based on their job performance rather than their capability of being able to lead others effectively and really motivate, inspire, and empower others. And so, I feel like there's lots that needs to be addressed in terms of management and leadership in the corporate environment, but also in other sectors as well.
Mhm.
But that's how I got into doing what I do is, I wanted to address the gap that I saw in leadership development in the workplace because of my experience and then watching others go through the same thing. So that's how I ended up becoming a leadership coach and working with workplace managers and leaders. But then in doing my coaching over the past few years, I've also recognized that leadership isn't just about, like you've mentioned, isn't just about the workplace or the professional environment. It actually is applicable to all aspects of our lives. So, being a leader of ourselves, being a leader in our lives, being a leader at home with our families, being a leader in the extracurricular activities that we do, in church and your religious institutions, all kinds of stuff like that. And so I started to recognize and see that in working with my clients. And so my coaching has since expanded into really addressing the consciousness crisis in the world and helping people become leaders in all areas, of their lives and of themselves and anywhere else that they want to be. So that's how I help people. My clients have grown from being workplace managers to entrepreneurs to parents, to people struggling with overcoming chronic conditions, things like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, it's been amazing, watching things develop and grow.
Amazing to help leaders because the ripple effect is huge. So whoever
Exactly.
you're helping is helping who knows how many hundreds or thousands or hundreds of thousands at the end of the day, right?
Exactly.
So can you give us an example when you've embodied your inner phenomenal leader?
Oh man. I think that, example that I can give you is really when I made the leap from, actually I've made many leaps, but I'll tell you about this one first, is when I made the leap from going from, your cushy 9 to 5 where you have this stability. Well, it's fake stability, really. This stability, and you kind of know what's expected of you and your role and things like that, to venturing out into starting my own coaching business. And that was it, again, getting out of your comfort zone and not really knowing what to expect, but kind of just going with the flow, and taking the punches as they come, and really being resilient and learning and growing, and really being led and trusting yourself and why you were called to do this, and letting it grow and develop from there. I've also done the same with traveling around the world. My husband and I travel extensively, and for the longest time I was really scared to do it. Really didn't want to get out of my comfort zone. Didn't want to leave things that were familiar to me, attached to some material things. And traveling around the world has, number one, taught me that I think it's something that everybody should do in order to develop as leaders, because it opens you up to so many different perspectives, and it just helps you grow so much more when you do that. You're continuously getting out of your comfort zone when you travel. You're continually learning new things about the different human experiences that people have in different places of the world, different cultures, things like that, different perspectives and mentalities. And, that was another leap that I was just like, okay, I'm scared, but I'm going to do it. And I've never looked back or regretted it since. So
yay. You got to dance with the fear, dance with
exactly.
Amazing. So where's your favorite place in the world?
Oh my gosh. There's so many. I'm sure because you travel as well. It's like every place has their unique things that you love about them. But
Sure.
I think the places that I've gone so far, I really do love Hawaii. Just because of the environment and just being in that tropical surrounding. But I'm in Bali, Indonesia right now, and I'm really loving it here as well.
So awesome.
I know it's very energetically high energy frequency vibration. So that's one of the things why I love it.
Are you in Ubud?
No, I'm in Tanjung Benoa, Nusa Dua.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I definitely love all of the positivity that I'm constantly surrounded with. Being surrounded by nature and water. The beach is actually right across the street from us, and the people here are amazing. And the lifestyle that they have is, one that I've been searching for. In the States, it's such a, the hustle culture and always going. And here it's so much more laid back, and they just have a different perspective of work-life balance and your quality of life. And it's so mellow, and, nobody is in a hurry or angry and things like that. It's just, it's very, very much aligned and very energetic and positive, and I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, Mexico's that way for me too. I love it. It saved my life. I love the people so much. I would have to say my favorite culture is Mexican culture. But I've been to 63 countries, so I love this planet. Like, it's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
To travel.
It's amazing. And there's so many countries, and and there's so many things to experience.
I saw, I think she was 70 or 80 some year lady, just went to all the countries. She just finished.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Do I want to do that? I was thinking, I don't know if I want to do that. I mean,
I wonder how long it took her to do that.
Well, she's 80 or something. Like it took a while, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering when she started. Did she start in her 30s?
I don't know the details, but I was like, I mean, there's some countries that are kind of dangerous. Oh, my point is, with travel, I find, and I'd love to get your take on this, I feel there would be no war if people traveled. If people traveled and knew other people and cultures and laughed and sat where people sat and ate their food and got to know who they are, there's no way we could fight them.
No, I do agree with that. I actually have a very strong opinion, and I advocate for this, that I think that kids in high school should be required to take trips. Should take trips abroad, because again, it's so eye-opening, seeing things from different perspectives through other people's lenses, learning different cultures, learning about, learning different languages and learning about different people and seeing things from different perspectives. I mean, I think you're right on that. If people were more intentional about going out there and learning about other people, immersing themselves in other people's cultures, then it would be really hard to fight over things, because you would see things from a different perspective instead of like from your own narrow mindset and vision.
Yeah, I think 12. Yeah. I think it should be 12, because they're not yet teenagers. They're not yet have less programs.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to have a brief commercial, and this commercial is very intentional. It's called The Vibe. It's a beautiful bed that vibrates. You listen to music, and it literally helps raise your frequency. And when we come back, Angilie has some goodies for you. So stay tuned. Here's The Vibe. Nice. If you want one, go to bioharmonictechnologies.com and tell them you saw this on Get Your Shit Together, and you get a beautiful discount. So it's a wonderful bed. I have one in my home, which is why I promote it, because it works. It's a beautiful thing. So Angilie, tell us about your latest book. What's it about?
Yeah, so this is my second book I released a couple months ago. It's called Leader Mindset Activation. And actually, both of my books have been on mindset. So that kind of tells you where my mindset is. But yeah, so it gives you kind of a backstage walkthrough of my methodology that I created in helping people to shift their mindsets. So there's 3 phases. The first phase is awareness. So really becoming aware of what mindset is, and that our minds are so super powerful that, and you learn about the mind-body connection, and then you look at where exactly your mindset is. What type of mindset do you have? I know when I was very early on in my management career and starting to learn stuff like this, I thought I had the most amazing mindset. I thought I was positive and, stuff like that. And then when I really started deep dive into mindset, I realized the negativity that I had through the self-talk and inner critic and limiting beliefs and stuff like that. So that's the first phase. And the second phase is activate, where you start to learn tools and techniques for starting to make that shift in your mindset to go from, lack, scarcity, fixed mindset to more of a growth, abundance, and success mindset. And then the third phase is the harness the power, where you really start to look at and learn the tools to maintain your new mindset and maintain your new way of life, because that's what's going to happen.
I love that. Exactly. There is tools. There are things you have to do to maintain it.
Yes.
You're not going to turn that program around overnight. It also isn't going to take the 30 years or the 40 years or the 20 years that it took to create either, right? You can
Exactly.
change it fast, really, in comparison.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think it's important to mention too, because people are like, so once I shift my mindset, I don't go back. That's not true. That's why we maintain it, because those programmings have been there for decades, and they'll pop back up every now and again. And so learning how to manage, maintain, and then master, those limiting beliefs and those mindset blocks. And so you can, again, really live your day intentionally and be living an incredible life according to what that is for you.
Absolutely. I find the question life is just answering those questions will let you know what your mindset is.
Mm-hmm.
Life
exactly.
is hard. Life is magical. Which one?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Big difference in how you're going to experience your life, depending on that. The reason I know this is because I've been through that. My story was life is hard. I've heard it hundreds of times growing up. And so guess what? We as humans, glorious, messy humans, we are addicted to proving ourselves right. So whatever we think we believe, whatever we're choosing to believe or not choosing, because it's a program, right? It was just given to us. We are looking to prove it correct everywhere we go. Look, see, yep, life's hard. Yep, there it is. Told ya, right?
Yeah.
And then we feed the beast. We feed it,
Yes.
and we feed it, and we feed it. And we're so
So
convinced.
good at that.
We're so convinced, right? And it's crap. It's not even true. Is it sometimes true? Yeah. Is it sometimes hard? Yes. Is it all the time hard? No. Right? What else is true? So it's telling ourselves the truth. It's becoming aware, right?
Exactly.
So much.
Exactly.
So what goodies? You have some goodies for the audience today. Tell us.
I do, yeah. So they can pick up my book on Amazon. That both of my books are listed on there, but they can do that, or they can go to my website where I've put together a book bundle where you can get the book for $6, which is less than half of what it's selling on Amazon. Plus, you get 4 exclusive bonuses. So 2 video mini trainings with guides, 1 video collection on gratitude, and then a high performance strategy call with me that's complimentary. And it is purely a coaching call and not a sales call in disguise.
I'll say that again.
So yes, you get a complimentary strategy call with me where it's pure coaching. We look at, where you are right now, where you want to be in terms of your mindset or being a leader or realizing your potential. And we look at what's holding you back, what's hindering you. We create a plan that you can implement right away. And it is not a sales call in disguise. I don't try and sell you on anything unless you want to hear about my programs.
Yay. That's amazing. What a gift. Guys, take advantage of this. Ladies, gents, humans, take advantage of that. That a beautiful gift to get some help and some coaching. Mentorship is huge. Who are some of your mentors, Angilie?
Oh, well, one that we have in common is Dr. Lauren.
Yay, Dr. Lauren. He's
amazing. Yes, he's amazing. And I've also had, I have a mentor in terms of my business. So a fellow business person that's, obviously more successful than me that mentors me in my business. And, I have other mentors that I turn to in different aspects. I do chakra dance. So I have a chakra dance mentor. And helps me with chakras and energy and things like that. And I have an energy therapist because along my self-development journey, I discovered that I'm actually an empath. And that was really shocking and kind of traumatizing for me at the time because I didn't know about energy at that time. It just that switch just got flipped and I started to feel everything. And so I have an energy therapist that I work with too. But yeah, many mentors. And like you said, it's important that we have mentors and coaches in life, people who can see things from different perspectives and help us to see our blind spots because we can't see them ourselves. So super important.
I personally believe we don't have the right to be coaches unless we have coaches.
Yeah.
It's never ending learning.
Exactly.
We don't ever arrive and have it all figured out. Right.
Never.
Oh, amazing. Well, I'm going to have you back at the end. Thank you so much. And I'm going to ask you this question. If you were on a mountaintop and you had the whole world's attention and you could only share one thing with the world, what would that be?
Super easy. Super
Okay,
easy.
good.
But yes, I will wait.
But yeah, we'll be back. Right now, it is time for the weekly triumph. Ooh, that intro's too quick. All right. Last week, we did the hydration challenge where we were intentionally, with awareness, as we've been talking about, drinking as much water as possible and at least 8 to 10 glasses a day. So grab your water. Let's get some in us. 75% of America is dehydrated. We got to do something about this. We got to drink. All right. But this week's weekly triumph, which is random acts of kindness, which we were talking about, Angilie and I, a few minutes ago, just being kind. So this is about daily and intentionally share kindness with the people and animals around you. How many animals do we sometimes unconsciously hurt or ignore or it's horrible. So let's be conscious. Let's smile at people. Let's just intentionally do that. Let's intentionally help people. Let's maybe buy the coffee behind us at Starbucks and let the love and the kindness ripple, as we've been talking too about the ripple effect of our actions. Be a leader in kindness this week. So you can watch on Amy Joy Coaching on Instagram. I will post tomorrow the new weekly challenge, which you now know. And I'll be giving you reminders there throughout the week to do. I've got some fun things I'm thinking about that I'll do this week to be consciously, actively being kind. So very fun. All right. We get to triumph over this small thing this week. All right. Yay. All right. It is now time for meditation moment. Beautiful. This is the time of the show where we just take 5 minutes. So grab the kids, the grandkids, everybody around you, have a seat. It's 5 minutes. 5 minutes. All right. I'm going to get comfy too. And we're going to listen to this beautiful music from Gary Melkin. Yeah, here it is. And he's an amazing composer. He's won many awards. You can find his stuff on Gaia TV, Islands of Inner Peace. It's beautiful. All right, take a deep breath in. And exhale. Beautiful. Just put your hands on your lap. Just be comfy. And I'm going to lead and guide you, so don't worry. And this is just 5 minutes where we become present. So right now, I want you just to observe your breathing. Feel the air enter and leave your nostrils. And breathe. And now I want you to become aware of how you feel right now. There's really only 2 states, crappy or happy. Which one? And don't judge it. Don't make it right or wrong, good or bad. Just notice. Just become aware. Breathe. And now I want you to become aware of what are you telling yourself? Are they thoughts of the past? Are they more thoughts of the future? Or are they thoughts of right here, right now? Again, don't make it right or wrong, good or bad. Just notice. And breathe. Now I want you to visualize a candle burning right in front of your eyes. Notice the reds, the yellows, the oranges, the golds. And now slowly slide that candle into the middle of your head and watch it flicker there. And with your hands on your heart, think about one thing you're so grateful for. Gratitude is the rocket ship to joy. And as you're in that state of gratitude, I'm going to send you an energetic activation. Just know it's full of love. Beautiful. Take a deep breath. Come back. Come back. Come back. Beautiful. 5 minutes. That is called the Serene Mind Practice. I learned it from my teachers in India. You can find it on YouTube, Serene Mind Practice. And you can do it throughout the day. Whenever you feel anxious, it's such a gift. Such a gift. Beautiful. Well done, everyone. All right, I'm going to have Angilie come back. There she is. Yay.
I'm all refreshed now.
Right? Isn't that glorious? 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's all you need. Yep.
Changes your life.
Exactly.
Love it. It's a good state changer, right?
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Yay. All right, my dear. So if you were on a mountaintop and you only had one thing that you could share with the earth, with the whole planet, and everyone on that planet was actually paying attention, right?
That'd be nice.
Right? Well, we're playing, right? So let's say they're paying attention. What would be your nugget? What?
My nugget is to people, wake up, please. Wake up to your abundance, your gratitude. Wake up to your self-awareness and your self-love, and wake up to, recognizing that you have the power to choose, that it's all about the choices that you make, and that you are meant to have an amazing, blissful life. And stop listening to the programs that are out there that are trying to tell you otherwise. Wake up.
Yes. I would be echoing, yes, please, yes, please, yes, please. It's happening. It's happening. People are waking up, and it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Watching the lights come on for the first time in people as a coach. It's like, what? I have a choice? Mm-hmm. What? I'm like, yeah. Like, well, not about that. I can't choose about that. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And when we navigate it and they find their way and they're like, oh my God, something that's haunted them their whole life is just gone. And it doesn't control them anymore. I always like the picture of the zombies and visualize us all just up against the fence. We can all visualize that, right? And then imagine you wake up and you look around and you see all these other zombies and you're like, I don't have to be here. I can just go over there. Mm-hmm. That's how it is. And it's that much fun when you wake up too. It's be a little bit of a shock at first. And it's so worth it, which is why Angilie and I are on a mission. It's our mission. I can feel your heart, girl. I can feel your heart.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you for being on this planet, for doing all that you have done and do and will do to help the people of this beautiful earth. I call it Earth School.
No, I love that. Yeah, it's definitely, life is long, but it's also too short. So, yeah.
Oh my God. Amazing. All right. Well, thank you everyone for spending your very precious time with us today. I appreciate you. I love you. Remember that together we vibrate higher. And that, my friends, changes the world. We will see you next week. Mwah! Besos. I got to find the closer. Here we go. Thank you for watching Get Your Shit Together live with Amy Joy. If you'd like to follow us, you can on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Amy Joy Coaching. Appreciate so much your likes, comments, and shares. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please reach out. We'll see you next time.